Hello and welcome to another episode of Post Credits Podcast, episode number 74, a show where you're lucky enough to talk about movies that we want to talk about. This is recorded on Sunday, March 22nd, 2026, just in case you forgot what year it was. It'll get posted on Tuesday the 24th, the usual spots of Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and then later that day on YouTube. If you're listening on the audio only version, feel free to check us out on YouTube as well. You can watch full episodes, not just segments. Segments will be time coded as we try to snip out some interesting segments here and there. Make sure you like and subscribe. Every little bit helps us out, and we enjoy your feedback. You can also email the show at postcreditspodcast, the letter C at the end of that, at gmail.com. Postcreditspodcast at gmail.com. I am not Grayson Maxwell.
You are not.
I am Roger Stillion, and my man with me today is brother Chris Bond.
Brother.
What's up, man?
Yo, what's
How's
up?
it going?
Oh, I feel free and liberated.
That's
I
it.
Can't explain why.
The fucking plate is off today. I'll have to edit that out later so it doesn't screw up my algorithm. So, yeah. You know, so what's been going on, buddy? It's just me and you today, so we got to fill space.
Just me and you. So, I mean, interesting week for us. I've been talking about movies with you guys for a long time. This is the first time in my experience where it's going to be no Grayson. Grayson is probably off doing other things right now, very important things. So we are going to talk about some movies today. I think a good question to lead into is, what did you do this week? Anything cool, interesting to watch?
Well, we did watch a big movie this week, so we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We talked about we're going to talk about Project Hail Mary, which is a excellent movie.
Big deal.
A really big deal for both of us,
Yes.
especially. I didn't watch a whole lot outside. I'm catching up on some episodic TV stuff. Invincible came back.
Nice.
First 3 episodes dropped this week.
I watched 3.
No, not yet. I watched the first 2. I'm trying to I don't want to binge because another episode they're doing weekly.
Okay. So
like I want to have a little bit in the hopper just in case. I've been catching up on season 2 of The Pit though, which is a great show. I've talked heavily about that. I did get to watch another episode of Cyberpunk.
Okay.
I got a couple of them down. All right. I'm about halfway through now.
Yeah.
I should finish that out in the next week or so.
Okay.
So once I'm done with it, we'll go through that.
I'll be excited to talk about that one with you because it's one of my favorite works ever. It's I need to rewatch it again because after talking to you about it, I wanted to see it again.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, here's the thing: they're pretty short usually, and they roll right along.
Yeah, it's a quick watch. It's not easy though. So strap in, buckle up.
It's true. It's true. I mean, the first if you watch the first episode all the way through, and you're just like, huh. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why people would check out of it, but if you're not interested in watching the next episode after the first one ends, I find it surprising.
The first episode by itself, we'll talk about 2 seconds on that. It's about a criminal, a bad person.
Yeah,
and if that makes you uncomfortable after watching what happens, I totally understand that. And you're telling me there's more of that coming.
Yep.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
That's
That's like the first minute.
The first 5.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes. And here's the thing. I think that episode is only like 29 minutes long.
Yep.
So, a large chunk of that show is because of that.
A couple things. So I have watched some stuff this week.
Okay.
I randomly rewatched Sinners, and
not a bad choice.
Nope, I watched it all the way through, and I can say now after my second viewing of it,
is it still awesome?
It's still a really good movie.
Good,
but in my opinion, it's still not great. It's not upper tier. It's definitely top 5 of last year, and I'm happy with all the things it got accolades for because it makes sense after my second watch of it. Fantastic film, fun to watch, really good acting in it, and I'm glad I rewatched it. And I'm going to rewatch some other stuff after seeing the Oscars. I'm going to watch One Battle After Another again.
Okay.
Once I get a hold of it.
You weren't a big fan of that in the first place.
I am not. I'm actually I'm a big hater of that film. Okay. But I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know if Sinners deserved to get Best Picture over One Battle After Another, So I want to see them both to kind of like see what I think.
You could do the contrarian thing, just be like, it should have been Train Dreams.
So
All
here's
across
the thing, though. I don't think either of them should have got Best Picture
Okay.
from it. I think it should have been a movie like Train Dreams. There's two other options I would have picked before them, anyway, including Train Dreams. But
Well, what's the other one?
the I don't remember what it was now off the top of my head, but I know when I was looking at the list, it was one other movie over those ones that should have got Best Picture. But like I want to rewatch it again. After watching Sinners, I was like, oh, okay, I can see why people might be upset about it, but I don't know. Great movie. I had fun watching it again.
Good.
Sound was way better than I remembered, so I don't know if that was things they'd done after the movie released or not. But I also had headphones when I watched it, so that does change some things.
It does change the musical aspects of it for sure.
Yeah,
it is like headphones are really a game changer
they're
if you're watching something.
Almost.
Yeah, especially if you're watching something alone.
Yeah,
like, and you don't want everybody else to hear it. Because I know with like my gaming setup, like I have two sets of headphones. I have one for strictly for my Xbox and one for my PC setup. And just the difference in sound, obviously for video games, like they're a necessity. But for if I just throw on something as like background noise and just have it on, like you hear so much more.
Oh yeah.
Like I got caught up recently. I had something on my second screen. I think it was like a hockey game.
Okay, yeah.
It was just playing blindly, just passing the time as I was actually doing some work.
Yeah.
And they're 7.1 because everything should be at least that at this point.
Yeah.
And I could hear people like talking in the crowd, and I'm like,
yeah. Hear some puck slaps you wouldn't usually hear and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's just like, wow, okay. I didn't realize we're going that deep into that now.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. Watching Sinners with headphones on definitely unlocked so just another layer of like how good the sound design is and the music is in that movie. So I appreciate that. Also, watch more Bones. Me and the wife are still on our Bones to watch, so it's it's been good. So
I've watched a lot of episodes of Bones in my life.
It's good times.
My mom, who helps us out quite a bit in my house, loves to watch Bones and old episodes of NCIS is the other big one.
NCIS, yeah.
Which
can't go wrong.
Well, no, they're 99% of the episodes are self-contained.
Yep.
With some overlap. There's overarching story stuff, but like for Bones, especially, like it's a single case, generally one episode.
Yep.
It's clean.
Yeah.
It's a good episodic TV like that, especially now. Like Bones is something like you're a big fan of House.
Oh yeah.
We talked about that. I watched House originally till like probably not the last season because things get super.
The last
weird.
Season was very ham-fisted because they were supposed to end it the season before.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You're like, yeah, I see why this wasn't supposed to continue. But like those are things I think about now. How much better could that have been if they had not just like HBO level stuff, but even like standard cable?
Okay, yeah.
Like if like FX was doing it or something like that, where it could get a little darker.
Yeah, you get away with a little bit more.
A little bit more. And I don't think it changes the dynamic of the show that much, but it definitely gives it another layer of depth. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right? Because I mean, you tell me one time that Dr. House isn't dropping an F-bomb.
Oh,
get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
This dude's popping Vicodins on.
Oh
yeah. He's got issues.
Yep, 100%. So,
also Hugh Laurie, the man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's
firm hater of his own fan base. Love that. Love that.
True.
A hater of the finest magnitude.
Professionally, even.
Professional, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
What else? So obviously I spent a lot of time this week. It's March Madness time.
Yep.
I know you guys aren't super big sports.
No, but I've seen all the highlights. So
it's this is a big deal across our country anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball, basically from
at the college level,
collegiate level, men's and women's going on simultaneously. The men's starts a day before. But like there's actually other subsets of tournaments for people that don't make the big tournament that actually started on Tuesday. So basically from last Tuesday all the way through till even today. So we're recording this on Sunday Sunday evening now. There's basically been collegiate basketball on every waking minute.
I was gonna say,
yeah. They basically the last round of games ends at like 11 to midnight.
Yep.
And that starts again at noon or so the next
essentially
day.
The college basketball Olympics. Where
pretty much, yeah.
You can watch it anytime. Yeah.
There are 64 men's games and 64 women's games on those two tournaments, and then dude, it's nuts. This is a significant amount of basketball.
Almost like the United States is a huge country.
It is. It is. The other part of it is too is if you're not a basketball fan, I do encourage people to try to check it out. This year's been kind of different because none of the lower ranked teams have really done a whole lot,
Yeah.
and that's kind of a rarity.
No
Like
big
there's usually
upsets. Yeah.
there was one or two medium sized upsets,
Yeah.
but nothing that was like, oh my god, the world is shaking around us. But
I've seen quite a few buzzer beaters though.
you have, yeah, it's really easy to get into that
Yeah.
if you're even a casual sports person,
Mhm.
because like for some of these kids, and like I'm not going to be the guy to be like everybody needs a chance, because like look, even the NCAA used to have a commercial, that 99% of our athletes are going to go pro in something else. Like this is the biggest stages they'll ever get to do any of this stuff on, and
Yeah.
some of these guys come up so huge, and I think I love a good story like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I am a sucker for something that could become a Disney movie. Like, I love that. I love it. And I know it seems weird for me saying that, but I absolutely do love a sports underdog story.
Hell yeah.
And they're easy to like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah.
It's hard to get a good basketball. Even GOAT that we watched recently, which isn't exactly the same.
Oh, it's close.
But I mean, here's the thing. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, this could be cooler. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think that's really about all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 85 degrees today. That was weird. It snowed 4 days ago.
It did.
Multiple inches of snow, by the way, not just a little bit. Like
Covered.
Yeah,
everything.
Like had to shovel.
Yep.
Like that level of stuff.
Yep.
And it was 85 degrees today.
I mean,
everything's fine. I'm sure it's totally normal.
Welcome to living along the river in Ohio.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Lord, it's nuts. It's nuts. And then we might get some tornadoes tonight. Hell yeah, brother.
Again, welcome.
Hey, everybody's got to do something.
Yep.
Remember, have a safety plan, folks.
Yeah.
There's a PSA for you.
There you go. All right, what we got?
All right. So, I mean, I guess it's time we talk about some other stuff here. I should read the script, huh?
Yeah.
Do that.
I mean, apparently we can't be trusted.
Nah,
so
that's all right. So, on this episode next, we are going to talk. We should talk about the box office.
Box office talk.
About time for that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So looking at the box office real quick, I got it here in front of me. So, Project Hail Mary, big movie for me and you.
Yep.
Chris, I know you know what it made.
I do know.
Told you already.
True.
Are you surprised? I'll tell everybody here in a second. Are you surprised?
I am surprised because I saw reports of it tracking for lower than what it made, which I'm pleasantly surprised when I heard the number earlier. So.
Okay, so Project Hail Mary comes in at 80.6 million estimated. So that could trickle up or down a little bit between tonight and tomorrow.
Listen, 80 million.
80 million is a solid number. I didn't look up the budget. We'll have to do that before this
200 million.
Okay, so 200. So it made 80 million, 200.
Yep.
It's got some work to do.
It will, yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. Coming in number 2, a movie we have not, any of us have seen that I know of, unless Grayson viewed that without us.
He may have caught it.
Hoppers, the Pixar Hopper.
Yep. Which is just sticking around.
It is. It's just hanging out.
Yeah.
It's solid, another 18 million, which I assume that some of those people should have been drug over to Project Hail Mary.
A couple of them,
but maybe not the kids. But here's the thing: after watching Project Hail Mary, you can absolutely take your kids to see that. Was something me and you discussed.
Yeah. I'll probably end up seeing this a second time because my oldest is very upset with me and her mother for not taking her to see it on the first showing.
You know what though? You get to see it a second time.
I know, and
that's awesome. Good, man. That's great. That's great. Coming in at number 3 this week is a movie that I'm not familiar with, and I know you didn't hear anything of it. I'm pretty sure it's a Bollywood feature that has made its way to our shores. Mm-hmm. It is called Durin The Revenge. Came in at $9.6 million.
Right,
nothing. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's solid number 3 for something I didn't know about. Other movie that came out this week, Ready or Not 2.
Yep.
This is a movie that on any other week, this would have been the movie we would have talked about. I still may catch this sometime relatively soon because
I know you and Grayson are big on this.
The first one's pretty solid, and it's this weird, mousetrap prison sort of slasher.
Yeah,
it works.
Yep.
It's okay. It works. It made 9.1 million. And then wrapping up the top 5 is Reminders of Him at $8 million.
We won't go away, but it's fine.
Just sort of hanging out there. Besides Project Hail Mary making a bunch of money there, are you surprised by anything else?
I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that Hoppers is still on the list. I'm surprised it's second with the other ones that are mentioned. Mainly Rated or Not 2, but it is rated R, so it's gonna have a harder time climbing higher than that, but I feel like Hoppers must be doing something right because it's just sticking around. It's also the only kids movie that's really out.
It is the only kid I mean, Goat's still floating around.
Yeah,
But it's kind of had its time. So
Yeah.
let me do 6 through 10 here, just rapid fire.
Okay.
So coming number 6 is Scream. It's all the way down to 4.3 million. Goat's right behind that at 3.5, and then Undertone, the movie we talked about last week, which we all enjoyed.
Yes.
Is coming in the 8 slot. Still made $3 million, so still made 6 times its
I was
budget.
gonna say.
Undertone is a resounding success for that.
Budget for that was $500,000, which is a crazy number.
And number 9 is Wuthering Heights at less than $500,000
Also
at
won't go away.
475. And coming back up to number 10, Avatar,
Jesus.
Fire and Ash at just under $280,000.
Oh, that's all it made?
Well, here's the kicker too: is The Bride has fallen all the way to 11, and this is where I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
At 270,000.
The Bride almost made as much money as Avatar.
Yeah, but Avatar's been out for months.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. That's
yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing: The Bride was. Let's just, if you didn't listen to that episode, I recommend that everybody does. The Bride's kind of. I mean, it's a disappointment.
It was, yeah.
I know I personally expected bigger things out of that.
Yeah.
I know you didn't really. You're kind of somewhere in the middle. I know Grayson also expected bigger.
I was ready for it to be good.
I didn't think it was going to suck.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We
don't rate things on any scales, but it would have been below a 5 for me for sure. That movie just had problems.
Not great.
Nope, not really. But
so I mean, so that's the top 11.
Mm-hmm. Top 11.
Yeah,
coveted 11 spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it, but it was The Bride, and I'm just like, I got to bring that up.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie was. It's going to be a pretty big loss for that studio. So
yeah. Do you know if and I know I'm asking this, while we don't have it right in front of us, but do you know if Project Hail Mary is international numbers yet, or is that only domestic?
I don't know,
because
I can probably find that out.
Because that would be interesting. Because at 80 million, if that's all domestic, that bodes very well for what Project Hail Mary is going to be able to do. If that's 80 million worldwide,
that is just the domestic total.
That's good. I don't know if it's out worldwide yet. I don't know if it's international yet.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah. So 80 million domestic on week 1. That's a very good time for that movie with its $200 million budget, because it has some work to do.
It does look like Project Hail Mary is international yet.
That's nothing but good news then. So yeah. I'm excited to see what this movie does on an international scale. So
me too.
Fantastic.
Yep. Good for them. Good for Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit here. Oops,
Yep.
Punched my microphone. Yeah. Haven't done that in a while. That's cool. So we're going to talk about a trailer, something that's actually on Project Hail Mary, something we saw a couple of days beforehand because it did get released.
True.
I'm glad we could have talked about Spider-Man.
We could have,
but we're going to talk about Dune 3 this time. So the Dune 3 teaser trailer.
Yeah, teaser.
Yeah, the teaser trailer that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds long.
Can't wait to see the first trailer that's 7.5 minutes long. It'll be fine.
Well, so I mean, Project Hail Mary is 176 minutes.
Yes, it is.
It's long.
Yeah.
Clocks in just under 3 hours.
Yep.
Really makes me wonder how long we were going to get for Dune.
So I watched a recent interview.
You told me about it. I haven't got to check it out yet.
I watched a recent interview that has
Villeneuve.
Yeah, and some of the cast members, and he mentions that this movie that Dune 3 is going to feel different, and it's going to be a different length.
Tight 90.
The other two. So that's the thing. So it could come in at like 90, 100, 110 instead of what the longer movies that we're used to, and there's a chance that because this one's going to have way more action in it too.
Okay.
So I can see that being the case, but it depends on what they want, how much ground they want to cover, or it's going to be 4 hours and 25 minutes.
Okay.
It all depends on where he decides to go with it.
Maybe he's like, it's going to be a pace a little bit different. It's going to feel like 2.5 hours, going to be 4. So I mean, let's talk about this trailer. It opens up. It's Shawnee and Paul talking in their tent.
Yep.
Talking about what they're going to name their kids.
Yes. And
it kind of goes from there.
Yep.
And we get a bunch of hard cuts and everything like that. Looking like there's going to be a lot of action in this, a lot of war.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to the war itself.
Yep. There's a sequence where he's talking with his mom, saying, "Hey, what what would my father have said about this? And she looks at him point blank and said, your father never started a war.
Yep. And that's one hell of a line, too.
Dude, ice cold. Because, like, she's not chastising him.
No.
She's just, like...
She's just delivering facts,
laying it
man.
out,
Yep.
yeah. You know, things are a little different here. And
basically telling him, you've got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yep. And, I mean, so the trailer is... Okay, I keep on saying trailer. It's part of the teaser. This is the trailer for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, sure.
And as I was watching it, they do this thing with the war chant from have, and it starts out in the background, and it comes and again
it rises throughout the trailer.
It gets louder and louder until there's a point where they're actually just doing the war chant. And man, this teaser hits hard. And I'm a big sucker for Dune, and there's a good chance that this can easily become my favorite movie of all time.
Ooh,
I'm Dune 2 was that important to me,
Dune
and I'm
was awesome.
Very excited to see what comes of this.
Bracket winner.
I mean, it's got to be if you want to bracket, right? But
has to be.
I don't know. This teaser is good. There's some good imagery in here. You get to see, the introduction of new characters and cast members, and see people that we haven't seen a lot of yet. Anna Taylor-Joy, you can see her character in it.
We're gonna see her fully.
Yep, because she'll be like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, so there is supposed to be like a 17-year time jump here, which is good because it'll make a lot of these characters make a little bit more sense as they're older instead of in their mid-20s or so.
They talked about the aging process in the interview too, and they said like it's almost all makeup. There's no like aging software being used on them
because it always looks terrible.
Yeah, so they said I have a lot of faith in what this movie's going to do, and the teaser only helps it for us so far.
We get a shot of Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
In the
shock blonde hair,
the all white platinum blonde hair, looking violently confused.
Oh yeah,
it's like, why am I on this big sunny planet?
Yep.
Yeah, that's certainly something.
So Dune Part 2 is the only movie I've ever seen in IMAX. Well, it was my first movie I saw in IMAX before I saw one other movie. It was a kids movie. I can't remember what one it is off my head, but I'm gonna have to go and repeat that process for this. There's no way I don't see Dune 3 in an IMAX theater. So I'm just excited for the whole thing.
Good.
Yeah, and the teaser has me just as excited. We're getting that this year.
Yeah, I'm surprised. There have been rumors that it was going to come out
27, right? Yeah.
There was an initial slate that they were going to try to get out in 26. I am surprised though, and I won't be surprised if this movie moves. I say this movie specifically because the date that they currently have selected is the exact same day as Avengers Doomsday, which, look, I have no doubt in my mind that Dune Part 3 is probably going to be a better film.
Oh, yeah.
But if we have to talk money-wise, let's be real here, it's going to be Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah. Ooh, I have a question for you on that.
Ooh, okay.
So, off the cuff here.
Okay.
What do you think is going to... Do you think that Doomsday has a chance to make more money than Avatar: Fire and Ash?
Can I answer that question later?
Sure.
I'll preface it.
That's fine.
Okay. Ask that question again after Spider-Man.
That's in July, right? End of July? Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I think Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, and we'll talk about this trailer next week. I think we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So the new Spider-Man trailer came out. Looks awesome.
Yep.
I mean, all of the Tom Holland there are very few bad Spider-Man movies.
True.
Spider-Man 3 kind of being the it is what it is.
Yeah.
But all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies have been very solid.
Agreed.
This will be his fourth. He's the first Spider-Man to get a fourth movie.
Yep.
I mean, he's already played the role
in a bunch of other movies as
this
Spider-Man.
Is his fourth solo movie. I think if that movie does well, then we'll have a different conversation.
That's fair. I mean, do you think that Spider-Man's going to build hype for Doomsday?
I do.
Just by it being good?
I do.
Okay, gotcha.
Because, they are Marvel is looking to turn a corner, because they're down right now.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody knows it. So, you have one thing in the can that everybody's going to be pumped for.
Yeah.
And it's Spider-Man.
I mean, the last Spider-Man movie made $1 billion. So
yeah, that's right. And that movie's weird as hell.
Yeah, and
good weird.
Yeah.
But it's if you ever watch the extended cut, it almost touches 3 hours with that because it's not director's cut. It is just officially called the extended edition or something. Pretty good movie. So we'll have that conversation after Spider-Man. I think it's fair.
That's fair.
Anything else you want to talk about Dune?
No, I think it covers it. It's a good teaser if you don't mind that kind of stuff.
If you're in the sci-fi opera epic, Dune is the perfect franchise for you.
True.
Blade Runner is also
Oh God,
great for
yeah.
that. I mean, you'll see a correlation of the director
Yeah.
in that.
Yep. I mean, Blade Runner 2049 is also a bracket winner.
It is.
Saying, you know what I mean?
It's a pretty perfect
It's a good movie. Yep.
And the thing is like you don't even have to watch the first Blade Runner. You should, but you do not have to watch it to fully enjoy
I watched
it.
2049 before I watched the original. So and I loved both of those movies for different reasons.
Different reasons.
49 was just out of this world good.
Good.
Yeah, good stuff.
So what else we got here? Oh, so one last thing I want to talk about the trailer. So at the end of this trailer, we get a cameras coming up, and old Paul doesn't have any hair for the first time. And I made the comment to Chris. It's like I've never considered Timothée Chalamet like a big opposing guy.
Paul Atreides isn't a very imposing figure.
He's not.
In his movies,
He's just not. Because I mean, he's not. Listen, he's trained. He's well trained. He's wiry. Like, I wouldn't want to wrestle him. Like I think that makes sense.
Slap some oil on that boy.
Yeah, no, well, he's the guy. He's probably got a cauliflower ear.
Oh yeah,
and those are always trouble.
Yep.
Like 5 people get that reference, and that's fine. But yeah, you used to fight, but like this is the first time I'm like, dude, he kind of looks tough.
Yep, he looks intimidating in a couple of the shots, and I appreciate that because this guy's supposed to be leading an actual
galactic force. He's supposed to be the leader of.
Yeah, it definitely looks a little imposing. If you've ever seen Octane Hunger Force, he reminds me of a skinny Carl, and that's not a good thing.
Ooh.
So that can be imposing.
That dude will fight you for a cigarette. He will. That guy will fight you for a cigarette.
100%.
He drinks plastic bottle whiskey.
$5 vodka.
That's
baby.
it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
What else we got for Dune there?
I think that's it.
Okay,
that covers the entire teaser trailer.
I'm super pumped. You're super pumped. I don't see why if anybody liked either one of them, even if you don't think they're the greatest sci-fi movies of all time, you might not be right in that aspect.
I mean, yeah,
but should be rad as hell.
Oh yeah,
and I'm here for it.
Yeah, cinematography alone is going to pull me to the theater, so it doesn't really matter
for sure. All right, so now it's movie recommendation time.
Movie rec, don't we?
We do, and it's my turn.
Yep.
Thankfully, so had a couple of options here. Me and you openly discussed this before the show, so you know what I'm picking for this time.
I do.
But I think it's a very fitting pick. I have chosen The Martian, starring Matt Damon.
Yep.
It's a movie about him being stranded on Mars by himself during an exploration mission.
Yes.
Just some of the particulars here. Rotten Tomatoes score. Critically, it's got a 91. Audience score also a 91.
It's okay, I bet.
So here's the thing that gives you an idea of what you're working with here. Metacritic had a solid 80.
Crazy high on that one.
Crazy high number for a Metacritic. So Chris, I know you've seen The Martian.
I have, on your guys' recommendation, actually.
Sure.
I had never seen it before I started talking about movies with you guys, and The Martian is...
Oh, hang on one second. 2015.
Yep.
So crazy that the movie's already 11 years old.
Yeah, agreed.
Still looks perfect, by the way. Matt Damon, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Jeff Daniels, Kate Mara, Michael Pena, Jessica Chastain, Sebastian Stan.
Good cast.
That's a pretty solid ensemble cast, but for like 70 to 80% of the movie, it's Matt Damon alone talking into a camera, and it works.
Oh, it does.
It works.
The movie, it's a great movie, and it's one of those sci-fi movies that when you hear about the premise, it's like, how is this going to be exciting? They do a great job of pulling you in, holding you to the material, and just rooting for this guy all the way through. And like the main character that Matt Damon plays, he's a little crass. He's not the easiest guy to get along with, the whole time you're watching it. But in the end, you're rooting for him, and it's a great story. It's got plenty of science in it, and which will make this correlation in some point we talk about Hail Mary. It does the science a lot of justice because Matt Damon's character is making a lot of video diaries, and he explains his process and his thoughts to those. So for anyone that is going to see his diaries, so it's a good way to have a one-to-one explanation of the science and stuff that's happening in the film, and it's very good in that sense. It pulls it off, which is not easy to do, I don't think.
No, it's not easy to do. And the reason I chose this, one, because it's a great science fiction movie. It is written by Andy Weir, who also wrote Project Hail Mary.
Yep.
He's got a couple of these high-level sciencey books. Like, dude is super good at writing science-based science fiction.
Yeah.
Listen, whether all the numbers actually crunch out exactly the same, I don't know. And I'm not going to be the guy that tells you that they will. He does a good job at faking it, though, and that's fine.
I know from interviews and stuff, he does a lot of work on making sure that stuff is as accurate as he can get
as he can be.
Shout out to the guy. He does good work.
He puts in good work, and I respect the hell out of him for it.
Yeah.
I think The Martian's a great movie. It really does deal with things about being isolated, which is something Project Hail Mary also deals with. You know, there's especially if you go to the book, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But like bad stuff happens to him on Mars, you know, like especially when things seem to be going okay, his airlock blows. He should have died. He could have died right there. Duct tape saves his life. Goddamn duct tape saves his life.
Yeah. So. Duct tape is a powerful force when applicated correctly, and my younger brother knows that from experience, and I will not be going any further than that.
Oh, buddy, I got a lot more questions now, but okay, that's good. Life-saving properties of duct tape.
Yep.
Shout out to Chris's brother.
Shout out to my brother Jake.
Shout out to Jake and duct tape. Perfect.
Yeah. No, good recommendation. Solid movie. I loved my viewing of it on your guys' recommendation, and if you haven't seen that movie, it's worth your time. It's a good one.
You know, for as long as Matt Damon's alone, and this very much is a Matt Damon vehicle, some of the parts where they're dealing with NASA is doing their stuff behind the scenes is really interesting to see some of like the bureaucracy and stuff that they actually try to fight, because they show you what has to happen. And then there's like, we don't really have to do that because we're trying to save them. And it's just like,
interesting.
That sounds more real than I think it might be, but you know, because you can't say yes, that would be factual. Like we can probably skip those tests. Well, guess what? The time they do skip the test, what happens? Rocket blows up.
Things go wrong.
Hey,
so
bad things happen when you skip tests. Apparently, also bad things happen when you get caught on a pressure storm on Mars and you get impaled with an antenna.
Who defunct it,
dude? The opening sequence of that where he wakes up and surgically removes that from himself. Intense.
Yeah, it's
real tone setter for this movie, by the way.
Agreed.
But talk about a movie with great cinematography too.
Oh god, yeah.
Which I don't know where they filmed it or where they took this the long shots from.
Probably Mars.
Actually, Mars. Is that why this movie cost so much?
Documentary.
Filmed in real time. It's good. That's my joke. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now it looks so good though with the red filter, and I mean using old tech that we find that we've left on Mars is kind of cool too.
Oh yeah.
Firing up old modem 33.6 modem firing up.
I mean, for a movie filmed in 2015, they did a lot with what they had, and I appreciate it as someone who I really dig cinematography and such. So it absolutely checks a lot of boxes. There's a reason why it's scored so high, and it's a good recommendation.
Soundtrack's pretty hilarious too. Because, because
it's almost a character in the movie itself.
It is because see, he's stuck on Mars by himself, but he has technology. He doesn't necessarily have the internet per se. But everybody they could take their own personal stuff, so he has access to everybody's laptops and their music and media libraries. And somebody is super heavy into disco, and he's just like, just listening to like blaring disco music in the background while he's recording a video thing. He's just like, after he's had just a shit day, by the way, and he's like, I'm out of ketchup, and this music is just blaring in the background. He's like, so I'm gonna eat this potato with some crushed up Vicodin, and he just grinds it into it and just takes a big bite of it. Because I mean, like, look, you do that too. You're like, this sucks real bad today. I get it, man. I get it. But yeah, so The Martian, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Let us know what you think. Put a comment on the YouTube, say if we had a good idea for that. I do love that movie. I don't know anybody who doesn't like The Martian. I
haven't talked to anybody who, if I've ever mentioned The Martian, noticed that movie sucks. I've never heard that yet. I'm sure there are some Martian haters out there, but I haven't met one. So
not yet. It is a movie I watch every time it's on TV. So I've probably watched The Martian, this isn't a joke, over 20 times because it's something that catches rotation on TV because it's easy to watch. Like
True.
FX loves The Martian,
Oh yeah,
loves to play that out there
FX gets away with just enough to be able to show The Martian to a lot
in
of
its
it. So
entirety. Yeah,
yeah. It doesn't say
that's
they
good.
don't have to cut very much for television for that one.
That's good.
Yeah,
All right. So, anything else about The Martian? No, we good?
I think Martian's good.
Yeah, Martian is good. Check
Yeah.
it out. You know, great Matt Damon vehicle. As if that guy didn't have enough
Yeah, well, I
going
mean,
on for him.
I think he's one of our better male leads that exist right now. So I
That's
mean,
true, and he is getting a little bit older
yep.
as well. So it's we gotta have some folks need to step up and fill those voids.
Mhm.
This is where Grayson would tell you that Netflix is ruining that for everybody.
I mean,
Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. I don't necessarily agree with that, but
something about no more movie stars, blah blah blah. But
yeah,
I don't know.
no more heroes
Yeah,
or
something like
whatever it
that.
is. All right. So since that was a very much a Matt Damon conversation,
Speaking of movie stars,
yeah.
yeah,
So talk about Ryan Gosling for a
Okay.
second. Okay.
incredibly handsome,
Hey,
frustratingly so.
devastatingly handsome. But you know what though? So like, I consider Ryan Gosling, obviously, all jokes aside, he is handsome,
Oh yeah, handsome dude.
but he's like a total package for an actor because like he's a very Ryan Gosling, the non-actor, Ryan Gosling, the human being, is very self-aware.
Yes.
He knows the memes he's part of.
Yep.
The Taco Bell meme.
Yeah.
Have you seen that
Yeah.
video recently where you're like he knows.
Yes. Yep.
And I think it's hilarious that he like leans into that.
Oh yeah.
He's like he's a man of the people.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I bet you this dude is just cool. Like
Yep.
I would love to drink beer with that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That seems fair, right?
Yeah. 100%.
I'm gonna pull up some of his
works.
here.
He's in a lot of big ones. I mean, it's funny because he doesn't have this gigantic filmography, but
It's pretty big though.
well, but I think he's picky about what he worked on. I think he always has been is the thing. At a certain point, I think he started deciding that he was going to do things that he wanted to be a part of instead of chasing down like certain movies that he just needed to be a part of just for the paycheck kind of deal. So
Okay, so I'm gonna go back. He's got a couple of things before this, but in 2000, he's in Remember the Titans.
Yep.
Which is something he is very acutely aware of, that he's a liability at cornerback. That Petey has to step in so they can win the game.
Yeah, yeah.
As a man in his 40s, like he is now, he gets that.
Yep.
He understands. He has some minor roles before that. 2002, he's in Murder by Numbers, opposite Sandra Bullock. You ever seen that movie?
Once Upon a Time.
So it's a movie I remember watching when I was in college. I always it's okay, but it's like legitimately like these guys plan out a murder and almost get away with it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's Murder by Numbers.
Yep.
And I thought it was clever. And then obviously in 2004 we have a real big movie for him.
Yep.
That's Notebook.
Yeah. Huge.
And the Notebook is, whether you love it or hate it, Notebook probably isn't a great movie. But it is a legendary movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It has cult level status of like this epic romantic movie.
Yeah.
I think the Notebook is just sad as shit. Personally,
Oh, it is. Yeah,
it's depressing to me.
It's absolutely what put him on the map, though.
Absolutely,
that launched him into the stardom,
into the level that he is, like a Hollywood A list leading man. And he's in a couple other things. Then he plays in a movie opposite in 2007 called Fracture. You ever seen it? It's opposite Anthony Hopkins.
Yes, I have seen that movie.
Do you remember what it's about?
No, I do not remember.
So this is a movie that I actually like very much.
Yeah.
So he is a young lawyer, and he ends up defending against having Anthony Hopkins' wife is in long-term like hospice, long-term care, not quite hospice, but like ends up pulling or is fighting against her immediate family about pulling the plug on her to end her life. And it's a court drama about him trying to save this woman, and he ends up losing the case, and she ends up getting killed. Anthony Hopkins decides that he doesn't need this, he's going to represent himself, and basically beats him at every turn, but only barely. And it's a good courtroom movie.
I love a good courtroom drama too.
It is. It's pretty good. I always like that one. I'm going to pull up the information on that real quick. 72 on Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic 68.
Okay.
Solid movie. Yeah. Solid movie on that. I like that movie. I mean, it's Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling, so why wouldn't you?
Can't be terrible. Yeah.
No. Jumping forward. let's go to 2011. You remember what comes out in 2011?
I don't remember what it is, but
That's
you say,
Drive.
okay, yeah,
That's Drive. Listen,
Drive rules.
it rules so hard.
Drive rules. Yeah,
It's so great.
yeah, and such a 2011 movie too, because you think about where the Fast and Furious franchise was at that point, and just Drive makes a lot of sense.
So Drive is a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 79 Metacritic.
That's pretty good,
That's
man.
pretty high. So if you've never seen Drive, one, if you like Ryan Gosling, you should check it out.
Yeah.
So he is a Hollywood stuntman, a role he plays in multiple movies, who is a criminal getaway driver by night.
Yep.
And he is with ends up meeting a lady with a son and ends up having to help them.
As those movies always
And
do.
listen, it rules.
Yeah,
Just know that it's awesome.
It's a cool movie.
There's awesome action, a hell of a chase sequence. There's a reason a Hollywood stuntman.
Yep.
You want those people driving cars. Yep. Drive, awesome.
Yeah.
Check it out. Love it.
Good movie.
Skipping ahead. So then another big movie, same year, a couple months later, he plays opposite George Clooney in The Odds of March, which is a political movie.
Yeah.
84 on Rotten Tomatoes, 67 on Metacritic.
Not bad.
Pretty solid. But yeah, that's.
I'm sure his average Metacritic score's got to be like high sixes, low sevens.
It's pretty high.
Which is crazy good.
Let's see. Looking through a couple things. The Big Short in 2015. He's part of the ensemble cast. Huge movie.
That's one of my favorite movies. Period. That's a great movie. Like just a good watch all around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solid. 89 Rotten Tomatoes, 81 Metacritic. So like, listen, Ryan Gosling is either the smartest man in Hollywood or has an incredible agent.
Oh, incredible agent.
Incredible agent. The next year, one of my favorite movies comes out, The Nice Guys, where he plays a hapless detective opposite Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And what I think legitimately is one of the funniest movies of all time.
Nice Guys is funny.
Nice Guys is awesome.
Yep.
91 Rotten Tomatoes, 70 Metacritic.
Like I said, this guy.
Dude is just killing it out there. Killing it. And he has an incredible mustache in this film. Incredible.
You know what? It's funny that we've never seen him with the mustache again. So he probably doesn't like the mustache.
No, well, maybe. So also same year, later that year, a big one for him. A movie that's pretty divisive for a lot of folks is La La Land. A movie that
I didn't realize he was in that.
He's opposite Emma Stone.
Okay.
That's the multiple Oscar winner. 91 Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
Would you like to guess the Metacritic for this?
87.
Higher.
What? In the 90s? That's crazy.
94.
Holy crap. La La Land, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Common desire to. Let me read that for you. So Sebastian, Ryan Gosling, and Maya, Emma Stone are drawn together by their common desire to do what they love, but as success mounts, they are faced with decisions that begin to fray the fragile fabric of their love affair and the dreams they work so hard to maintain each other and threaten to rip them apart.
Dang.
A lot of dancing, a lot of singing. This is 100% a musical.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're not into that, that's I get it.
Yeah,
not everybody is. Also has J.K. Simmons and John Legend in this movie.
I mean,
hey, listen, big time movie.
Yeah.
Big time. So check it out. Next year, we got a big one. 2017.
That's Blade Runner.
That's Blade Runner. That's Blade Runner. All right. Blade Runner, Rotten Tomatoes, 88.
88.
Metacritic, 81.
Yeah. That's
81. Officer K, Ryan Gosling, new Blade Runner for the Los Angeles Police Department.
Yep.
Unearths a long-buried secret that has potential to plunge what's left of society into chaos.
As we're on the sci-fi episode, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Blade Runner is a perfect sci-fi movie.
It's damn near if it's not. You know what I mean? I love Blade Runner. It's so good.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff with sound. So much good stuff with sound.
Dude, when they're flying through into the quarantine zone, the hazard zone, the noise.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Wild.
The whole scene where he's near the end where he's looking at the billboard of I can't remember her name. Ana de Armas' character, that shit. Yeah. Like that the music that plays in that is like permanently on like all music playlists. Like it's so good. Such a good movie. Such a good soundtrack. Just fantastic.
Next year, 2018, movie called First Man. You ever seen it?
No.
He plays Neil Armstrong.
Oh, okay.
And decently accurate representation of the space race. It's pretty sad. He loses a daughter and things like that, which stuff real happened. But yeah, 87 Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, 84.
It has an amazing track record.
Dude, it's
This is wild.
listen, you need something to be good. Put Ryan Gosling in it. Like that's about to change though. Well, so there's a little bit of a break. Something happened in the world during the next couple of years.
Weird.
So he doesn't have anything officially until 2022 when he comes up with the Gray Man. It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Very famous book series still going on. Books are kind of wild because like this dude's unkillable, and he has the plot armor to be unkillable.
Yeah.
He's a CIA access top asset, and they turn against him, try to kill him, blah 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 blah.
As they do.
Run and gun, it happens, right?
Yeah.
We've seen this trope before. 45 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
49 on Metacritic.
Yeah, but he's not the reason why that movie's bad. He's not.
That movie's just not very good.
Yeah.
That's something that we did talk about on a previous venture here. If you like that, it's Netflix.
It's fine.
Shoot 'em up action.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Following year, 2023. You know what came out then?
That's got to be Barbie.
That's got to be Barbie, where he plays the.
I think he's a pretty big character in that. I think
plays a small role.
Oscar nominated. Oscar nominated. Yeah.
Ken. The song he sings also Oscar nominated.
He had to perform that.
He did performed it at the Oscars. And honestly, if you're not an Oscars watcher, we clearly are because we just did that last week.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest things I've ever seen is him walking through the crowd singing "I'm Just Ken" to random women in the crowd. Perfection.
Yeah.
And to the point where he takes his sunglasses off to reveal he has more sunglasses on underneath.
Which is perfect.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Again, aware of the memes.
Yes. Yeah. That's where we get Mojo Dojo Karate House.
Yep. That's also funny.
Yeah. 88 Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
80 Metacritic.
There you go.
I just watched Barbie again recently.
Did you?
In the last month I watched because it's been a long time. Still hilarious.
Good.
Still funny.
Good.
And then the year after that, 2024, we have a movie called Fall Guy where he again plays a Hollywood stuntman.
Yep.
And goes through it. We liked this
fun movie.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's pretty funny. We liked it.
Didn't make money.
No, it wasn't a big hit. He's great in it.
Yeah.
Plays Colt Seavers, who got hurt and then is working his way back. Ends up having to bust up like a drug trade because he's framed for murder.
Yep.
Wild story.
Yeah, it's
hilarious. Crazy. He fights people in a nightclub while he's high on PCP accidentally.
The action in this movie is out of this world, like this cranked to 11, and it's because of the premise of the movie.
It is. He's a stunt guy. This is made by stunt guys as a love for stunt guys, much like John Wick is for that. Like Fall Guy is that type of movie.
Yeah.
Higher than you think, I bet. 82 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, good for it.
73 on Metacritic.
Jesus.
73 on Metacritic.
Money. At least people give it the thumbs up. That's good.
So, and then obviously next up is Project Hail Mary, which we're going to dig into in a couple more minutes here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Ryan Gosling for a minute. You like him? I mean, it's an easy question, but it's hard to explain.
There isn't a single thing I've seen the man and gone, man, I can't. I'm upset he's in this movie. You know what I mean? He's good and he's likable and I hate it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
What kind of movie would Ryan Gosling have to be in, and you'd be like, I'm not going to watch that?
So, no. See, here's the thing: I can't even be that because if he's in a movie,
you're probably gonna.
I'm gonna be like, I need to see why he's in this. Why is he here?
On the radar, right?
Yeah, because it's not because like he's so good. It's. I would be so detested that he's in a film that he doesn't fit in. I need to see why he's in it. You know what I mean? Because he's gonna do something with it, right? I think it's just got to be horror. It's something he hasn't done, right? Some kind of horror or slasher film.
That would be interesting for him.
And think of him in a movie like Seven. You know, he could be the Brad Pitt character. You know what I mean? I think he could do that. You know, put him in a Saw movie. You know what I mean? He's the detective trying to figure something out.
He's Saw.
He doesn't. No, he's not. You know what I mean? Like that entire filmography you just went through, He's not though. So like,
You telling me he couldn't be Jigsaw?
I think he could. I think at this
The
point,
most handsome version of Jigsaw?
Ryan Gosling apparently can do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say he can't be Jigsaw, but he wouldn't be cast Jigsaw. I would need to see why he's cast as Jigsaw. Is my point.
I mean, one of the things he's got going for him is he is legitimately
Jawline
well,
in shape.
he's A-list
Oh yeah,
though.
yeah. At this
So he doesn't if he doesn't want to do something, he doesn't do it,
true.
which is listen, a very nice problem to have.
Yeah.
You know, it's he does what he wants to do, and like I said before, he's really smart at what he picks.
Yeah.
Like he knows his strengths and he
Mhm.
sticks to it.
He seems to know if he's gonna fit.
Yeah, and the thing is though, he's got serious range.
Mhm.
And for a lot of movies, he's just playing some version of the same character, and still it works.
Yeah.
Because I know we bust up a lot of people for doing that.
Mhm.
I mean, like think of The Rock.
Yeah.
When was the last time he played somebody other than The Rock? But sometimes in the right role, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
all you need to be. Ryan Gosling just hasn't been bad at that yet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
True.
I think that's impressive
Yeah.
that he's able to do that.
He's
So,
he's got a rare natural charisma that not a lot of actors I think have. Plenty of actors have charisma, but the way he comes off, it just seems. I think the word I think genuine is overused, but he has a very genuine feel to when he is playing a role. I think he's good at that.
I think one of the things is too is no matter what role he's in, he seems like he's a likable guy.
Yeah.
And I bet he's fun as hell to work
You
with.
can't help but like him as a character, and I think that goes with that just that natural genuine charisma that he
Yeah.
has.
It's he's good at what he does,
Yeah.
and people are happy to work with him to do that. I would love to see him get something slightly more dramatic to see what he could
Dramatic,
do with
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. And and Project Hail Mary is kind of along that line.
I would argue it is, yeah.
But the thing is, for a movie like Project Hail Mary, which me and you really enjoy, is I don't think there's going to be enough accolades for how good he is in this movie. Like there won't be an award for that. I don't think
It's a big budget sci-fi, and it's early in the year.
Yeah.
So I don't.
it
I
would take
agree
a
with
lot to
you.
carry that through.
Yeah.
But I would love to see him get a real shot at doing something like that because,
Mhm.
like, if you told me Ryan Gosling was going to be in some like not even like some just hard hitting drama or like crime thriller,
Mhm.
I'd be all in.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I agree. I think like two things I'd like to see him in just to see him play the roles. I would like to see him in something like Gyllenhaal's Nightcrawler. I think it would be something really different, and I wonder how that would translate because he's got that likable, genuine charisma. He'd be a good version of like someone on a psychotic break or like a serial killer thing because he's very likable, and
Yeah.
that tends to be a common trait a lot of times.
could be scary.
Yeah, or I'd like to see him in something like Mad Max because I think
Savage.
if I just switched him out with Hardy's role in the original, I think he could do something with it. I don't know what it would be, but I think he could do something cool with it.
Tonally, I think it would be a different movie though.
Oh, absolutely, but I think he could do something neat with it, like in one of those roles. I think that'd be interesting to see.
He's also one of the big folks that in the right age bracket that has never really done a superhero movie either. And I'm not saying that he
True.
should. I'm not asking for that, but it's just kind of strange that no one's tried to get Gosling to play a role.
Who says they haven't?
Okay,
You know what I
that's a
mean?
very fair point. I
Yeah.
didn't think about it like it. Okay, at this point,
Yeah.
he has not played a role in that.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because-
and that might be his design.
Maybe
You know.
because if you think of people that are around that same age, legitimately, it is Chris Evans, Hemsworth.
Yeah.
They're all in that same bracket, and it's not like the man's out of shape.
Yeah. He's
You know what I mean?
doing all right. Yeah.
He's doing all right. So
No, you're right. I mean, I can't even think of what superhero I could imagine him as off the top of my head.
I mean,
too.
DC's in full reset, so they can do whatever they want.
Again, which is wild. It's fine anyway.
Oh no! Speaking of DC for one second, let's
Yeah.
get sidetracked for a minute.
Yeah,
Just makes me
sure,
love
yeah.
that. Have you seen the trailer for the HBO show Lanterns yet?
Yep.
I'm kind of down with it.
Yeah, I'm back and forth on if I'm excited for. I love everything Lantern Corps. I'm a huge nerd for. I'm a Power Rangers kid. I like the whole
Sure.
the color spectrum
That's fine.
turn superpower. I love that stuff. I love the Blue Lanterns. I think their whole thing is cool. I don't like the comments that the creators made about the whole lore behind Lanterns.
Sure.
I don't like that. I don't think they have respect for it. I want it to be great, and I hope it is.
Me too.
But I'm a little worried about it. But I'm down to see what they do with it because I think so far DC's episodic stuff has been good.
Has been pretty good.
So I'm down to see what they do because I think that's where their wheelhouse truly lies right now, and I'm just waiting to see a good movie from them. So
True. We like Superman though,
Superman
for
was
the most
all right.
part. Yeah.
Yes, I think I was the lowest on Superman out of us three.
But still, it's okay.
It is okay. Supergirl's coming out soon, so we'll be able to talk about it. So
talk about that quite a bit. One last thing about Lanterns real quick is my favorite DC comic run of all time is Blackest Night.
Is it really? Okay, very cool.
Hell of a story.
Yeah,
incredible story.
Yeah,
way to bring everything together there. So
yeah. So I mean that's cool. The going back to Gosling,
sure,
as a superhero and otherwise, I don't know what I'd even put him as. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
Yeah,
I think
one of those things.
I won't say that he's above it because we have some A-level people that aren't above it. So I can't say he's. I think he's a hard person to try to shoehorn into one role. Though.
And the whole idea is I feel like superhero stuff now is like big like primetime actors doing like horror. I think they might look at it and go, nah,
it's not really for me.
Yeah, it's very easy for them to look at it and go, no.
Well, there's too many. There can be too many negatives.
Yeah,
I think so. That's fine. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about Gosling? Because we're a little longer than I thought we were going to here. But
I think we're going to talk a lot about Gosling in a second anyway.
Talk about here.
Yeah.
So all right. So let's talk about movie of the week coming in here. It's Project Hail Mary, a movie that has been on my radar for a long time, your radar as well. Something I am very happy to say that I got to bring you into the fold for.
Yep. Book recommendation by you.
I think about it. So Project Hail Mary 2026 Amazon movie, starring Ryan Gosling, Sandra Huller, and James Ortiz is the voice of Rocky, and that's really about all that matters. A couple other folks make small appearances, but that's really all we need to go with here.
That's your most common major casting, and most of that is two of those people.
All right, so this movie on Rotten Tomatoes is critically 95.
Woo, baby.
Audience score 96. Metacritic 77.
God dang.
Damn near perfect.
Yep. And I guess we should start discussions by giving the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Let's do that.
This is going to be quick, short, and easy. So Project Hail Mary 2026 space exploration film. Thumbs up or thumbs down. 3, 2, 1. This is easy.
I was gonna do the Rocky thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Which is something that's part of the movie. But no, this movie is 2 thumbs.
God,
incredibly way up.
Easiest thumbs up of my life.
So first reactions, you walked out of the theater, and I would like to go first here if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I walked out of this movie theater grinning like a little idiot schoolboy. And I mean that in the most positive way I can.
Yeah.
Like, I loved this movie.
Good.
The book is better. And I will straight up say, that'll be the last time I say anything about the book.
Yeah.
I think the book is better because I think the book is a perfect sci-fi
It won't
book.
be the last time we say anything about the book.
No.
But the last time we'll compare the book to the movie. How's that? Yeah.
So I loved every minute of this movie.
Yeah.
It's paced incredibly well for a movie that's decently long.
This movie could have been 4 hours long.
Could have been 4 hours long, and I still would have sat there like, just like a little kid looking at pretty colors on a screen, man. I think Gosling is perfect. I loved Rocky, the colors, the sound. It is very much a sci-fi epic.
Oh yeah,
Chris, thoughts?
So my wife, after the movie ended and the credits started rolling, she turned right to me and she said, "So what did you think?" And my first response was, "I'm processing," because I found myself really loving the film as I was watching it. Like I got emotional at one point.
Sure, you should have too.
And like just watching the film, I really enjoyed myself, and I was trying to just be as objective as I could as the movie ended, and think what like how did I like this movie in a biased way, or was this just a really good movie? Because the movie when it ended, man, I felt really good about this movie. It's so good all the way through. They do such a great job of finding the best ways to adapt the book to the screen. They have to take some liberties at places. They've got to make some decisions on
just for time, even.
On what to cut, on what doesn't translate well, what does translate well. And I think for the most part, they make so many great decisions to get this thing onto screen, and it really just knock it out of the park, man. This movie's I had a great time with this
This
movie.
movie has incredible heart
Yep.
as well. On like not just on a fun level, but like on an emotional level. Like there's a real connection here
Yeah.
between the two main characters,
Mhm.
and one is a rock with legs. And
A rock spider, sir.
it sounds so stupid to say, but it works so well.
Yeah,
Like
but
I was so
yeah,
happy.
but imagine explaining ET to somebody
No,
to
it's
some
it's tough.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Project Hail Mary has the same kind of like outline going on with it, like with who you're going to highlight in the film when someone is in 3 years. Yeah, I didn't catch that one. What's it about? It's about a dude and a space rock spider.
Yeah.
Like it's what it ends up like being the quickest synopsis of the movie you can give somebody. And if they don't go, huh? I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would be shocked if someone didn't say, "Tell me more, explain further, extrapolate," because this movie really does have just a lot of layers going on with it, but a very well put together through line, start to finish. And
Yes.
you're on this ride that goes forward in time, backwards in time, but not in a timey-wimey way, but in a way that in the book it delivers to you a lot of information through flashbacks of the character, and they do a good job with that
Yep.
here.
They make that work, which
Yeah.
it was probably tough to put that into an actual script.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I loved it, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just loved it.
Like you said, casting wise, I can't think of anyone else now that I've seen the movie that can play Ryland Grace. I have no idea who
No.
else. You know what I mean?
Perfection.
Going in, I thought, all right, maybe, but like now that I've seen it, I can picture no one else because it's a question we ask each other sometimes when we talk about movies. Is like, who else could have played this role? Sometimes we say nobody. This time, I'm going to say nobody.
Yeah.
Like the only person that even popped in my brain was Miles Teller, and it's wrong. It's the only person, but I don't think he's got he doesn't have the looks and the charm Gosling has.
No.
Which Ryland Grace in the book is described to have that.
Yep.
And it just fits, man. It's like casting wise, this movie's great. There's so many positive things I can say about this movie that I don't want to go on long tangents of doing that. I want to talk about the movie in a movie discussion format. It's going to be so hard not to just gush and pour out all of my happiness because that's where I'm at with this. This movie, we talked about it on like on the podcast and off the podcast. Is I need this movie to be great. I need this thing to be good. I need this to not flop. And by George, it's such a good ride all the way through. Yep.
Pretty good. So a couple of other particulars that I didn't mention. Sorry about that. So this is a $200 million budget.
Yep.
As you mentioned, directed by Lord and Miller,
Mm-hmm.
who, like, the only negative thing I've ever heard about Lord and Miller is when they kicked them off the Han Solo movie years ago that became a disaster anyway.
Yeah.
So I kind of think, why did they even do that? Because, like, look, Lord and Miller are behind some very big things.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
highly rated stuff
because
some of your favorite stuff.
Well, I mean, they're the Spider-Verse people.
Yep.
If you know that they've done anything else, man, if that's not enough for you to know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and also if you're longtime fans of our podcast, you'll also know that they're the guys that did Mitchell's and Machines.
Yep.
And we're big fans of that. And it's not this widely known movie that they did, but that movie is great too. And I don't know, they've done some good stuff.
Well, let's go with the quick rundown of their stuff.
Yeah.
And tell me which one of these things are bad.
Okay, I like this
because you can't.
Oh, okay, good.
All right,
game I can't win. Got it.
Well, first one is the original Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh yeah,
pretty good movie.
Yeah, good movie.
So the next two are two things that I think are two of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
They are the R-rated comedy duo movies of 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's them.
Those movies are good.
Good movies.
And very, very funny. 2018, we jumped to the first Spider-Verse movie. Mm-hmm. Then we do, a couple years later, we do the next year after that, we do the Lego movie. It's Lego movie in 2014, the same year as 22 Jump Street.
Mm-hmm.
Then Spider-Verse, then the second Lego movie.
Yep.
And then after that is Mitchell's versus the Machines. And then Spider-Verse, and then Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, that's a pretty good record of directing.
Dude.
I mean, the obvious outlier here is that they do a lot of animated stuff.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? And it's like, so to see them come off of mainly doing that and then having the Jump Street movies and now having this, you mentioned it with Jump Street, some of the funniest movies, that we have.
Yep.
There's good comedy in Project Hail Mary.
Sure. There's good comedy in all of their movies.
Absolutely, and it's very quippy comedy. Now that I'm thinking about it, it makes sense. The jokes that work in Hail Mary, which also are present in the book. I laughed reading the book a lot too.
Sure,
and
it's funny.
They found a way to translate that to this, and I don't think it'd be the same experience without the laughs, because it really is. Because I think that really ties the humanity into it. Because with a movie where you have Ryland Grace in space ends up meeting the space spider rock guy
that he can't talk to.
Yeah, that he can't actually talk to, and it's very easy for that movie to be a somber, serious, mission goal-oriented film, and instead we get this wonderful story about friendship.
Yes,
and
which is what Project Hail Mary truly is about.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes. Is it about saving the Earth from some galactic plague? Yeah.
It's about the people who will answer the call.
Yep.
And
willingly or unwillingly.
Ironically, for Ryland, it's there's an asterisk in that. But in the end, ends up being the perfect guy for the job.
Is the man for the job.
Yeah, I like the movie works, and I don't know, man. Just the people that are part of this project, I appreciate them all the way through. Like it was Lord Miller's direction that this had to be as much as little green screen as possible. They didn't do green screen. They did that whole volume tunnel that they've made over the last few years. That's really picked up where a lot of our space scenes are done in that giant screen thing.
Yep.
So just so much of their direction, the set size and all of that, really does make this whole thing come together and work. And
sure.
I don't know. I can easily geek out about this movie.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay to do so because I'm happy that I watched this movie because I legitimately told my wife if this movie wasn't good that I was probably going to be depressed.
I was so sad.
It was kind of a joke and mostly not. So again, going back out to it is I honestly, when I walked out of the theater, I could have cried because it was so good.
Yeah.
And it feels stupid to say that about a science fiction movie about a rock and a dude. But when you watch this movie, you will understand.
Oh yeah.
Because it matters.
Yeah.
Because let's break it down for a second. So the reason they're going through space, they're in another solar system, is Ryland Grace is a junior high science teacher who has a doctorate in molecular biology.
Yep.
Okay. He's kind of been drummed out of academia because he wrote an FU paper to people saying, basically explaining that you don't have to have water to have life.
Yeah.
Okay. And he kind of ends up still being a teacher because he's relatable to people and blah, blah, blah. And so we find that something's going on with our son.
Yep.
And the son is basically got an infection. There's this stuff traveling through, and they don't dig into it as much as they would in the book, but it's a little tiny microscopic organism, and they end up naming it astrophage, which just stands for star killer.
Yep.
And it is draining. It's not doing it on purpose. It is just feeding itself and draining our sun's light.
Yeah.
And it would take off. They said up to 10 or 15% of our sun's light will not reach Earth, which is, buddy, that would kill us so fast.
Yep.
Which is a large part of the book, less so in the movie, but just know that it's really bad for Earth.
Yeah.
If we don't get this figured out. And so since he wrote this paper, this lady, who we'll just refer to her as Strat, because that's her name, Dr. Strat, she finds him and has him do some biology on these things to find out that they're made of water.
They're made of water.
Which in the book is very funny.
Well, so they think that they can't be made of water because of their proximity to the sun, right? Because they're breeding what is on Venus, right, or Mercury.
Venus.
The one that's our second. Yeah. So their proximity to the sun means that there's no way that they could be made of water because the water would boil away. Turns out that's not the case.
It turns out astrophage is the perfect heat medium.
Yep.
So
Exactly. And it's so that's why he's chosen to begin with, is because he's the only one who's ever thought this in a serious way.
yeah,
And find out that that happens not to be the case, but because of how likable Ryland Grace is as a person, and and
he
just
does some accidental
and,
science
and he
though.
does some discoveries along the way.
Yep.
They let him stay a part of it, but not really in it until some
Until he's in it.
other big leaps are made and figured out that he pioneers along the way
Yeah.
with Carl in this.
With Carl, what really hooks him into this is he accidentally breeds the astrophage, which is something we didn't know we could do, and it is very important that we do so.
Yeah, because they found out that they're full of energy.
Turns out they are the what do they say? What would be the greatest scientific discovery in human history?
Yeah.
If it wasn't trying to kill us or wasn't actively killing us. So they take astrophage and learn how to make basically interstellar travel because of it.
Yep.
Because it has the ability to move us at incredible speeds, near
For
light speed.
for a low amount of fuel, because that's
Yes.
always been our problem, is the amount of fuel we would
Yep.
need to travel.
We can do it. It'll just take forever, and we'll be dead by the time we get there.
Yep. And then along the way,
Let's talk about Carl for 2 seconds. Is that
Yeah.
okay? So
Yeah, I
Carl,
like Carl.
Carl is kind of in the book.
Yeah, not wife beater Carl, right?
Not Carl from Aqua Teen.
There we go. Okay, gotcha.
Carl, who is an army guy
Yeah.
in the book, is played by Lionel Boyce, who is on The Bear, who is the pastry chef from The Bear, which I thought was nice because I love that show. Been a champion of that show for a long time.
Yeah.
They do some buddy sciencey stuff, like accidentally. Carl's cool.
Carl rules.
It's like, I would definitely hang out with Carl. I'm just saying, and I see why they would hang out with each other.
His expense account thing hit so well on screen.
Do we have an expense account?
No, we don't.
I have an expense account. Yeah, so they basically go to Home Depot and do some janky science.
Yep. Janky science that works.
Janky science that works.
This movie is full of janky science that works, which is kind of cool.
It's full of real science that works too, though.
Janky science that's real is I guess the best way to put it, and it's very interesting. And one of the things that's kind of lost from the book to the movie is just like the thought process and getting there, but they show it all really well. The things that we do get to see, we get to see the box, we get to see the astrophage, and where it ends up and stuff, and how it travels, and all these, how fast it is, just all this little stuff that I didn't know how they were going to get onto screen, but they do effectively, and I'm so glad that they figured it all out.
Well, let's shift gears here a little bit, and just know that they ends up going to space.
Yeah, 100%.
And which is where we start. So, let's talk about cinematography for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
because it's a big deal in this movie.
Yes, it is. Big deal to me.
Should be a big deal to everybody.
True.
There are some colors that are used in this movie.
Yep.
That are absolutely impactful.
Literally out of this world, but also on screen out of this world.
Like, there's a shot, and everybody's seen it. If you've seen the second trailer at this point, you've seen the purplish pink.
Yeah. He's surrounded by reds.
But when you see that used in this movie, even though you know it's coming, like, everybody in my theater, myself included, went, whoa.
Yeah, it looked gorgeous.
So good, man.
It really does.
So good.
Yeah, I mentioned this to you earlier, and you knew it. Like, it's funny because we get to see all this and it looks good, but Ryan Gosling's character,
Ryland Grace,
he doesn't see any of it. He's just in space, but it's fine.
It's just dark. It's just real dark.
But I mean, like, that's a great example of just like the vastness of what they're able to accomplish. There's a point where they end up near another planet, and it's got all these different greens, and I thought that was my favorite visual part of the movie. That was my favorite part, was that entire sequence of you getting the sequences of this planet and the greens and they're breaking the atmosphere of this planet at one point, and the fire that's chasing them,
behind them,
and then eventually, they're leading the fireball because they're breaking, and then they're trying to get out, and it's falling. It all looks so good, man.
And there's sciencey reasons behind it. It's not just like they're going to blow up. They are burning the atmosphere.
Yeah. What doesn't happen here is Ryland and Rocky don't fall asleep, and then they wake up to alarms, and they're, we got stuck in the gravity on accident. No, it's all calculated.
It doesn't happen.
And things don't always go the right way for them either.
No, I mean, so that's also part of this movie too, because there's a lot of failure in this movie.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that mistakes are made, but like, when they're trying to fix stuff goes awry.
Scientific failure.
Like, one of the big things in the book and in this movie is the ship that they are in. They have to be able to do scientific experiments in space. And one of the things that happens when you're in zero G, you can't do science the way you can on Earth because the tools aren't built to be used in zero G. They're
Yep.
just not. And they find a way through science
To
and
make gravity.
to use a centrifuge to
Mhm.
make gravity, which is a real thing you can do.
Yep.
And it's a big part of this book. And because they get stuck spinning the way they do, multiple people almost die because of
Mhm.
it. And it's not because somebody made a mistake or had an accident, it's because stuff happens.
Yeah.
And the chair breaks. The
Yeah.
chair
Yeah.
he's sitting in rips off because the gravity is it's being
It's
flung to the
Yep.
side so hard and he almost dies.
Yeah.
And like there's a moment where somebody gets saved here that's very emotional. And you know,
I thought they did really well on screen on showing the rescue part of it.
yes, it's
So good.
very good. And now obviously me and you know what happened,
Yeah. Yeah.
but my wife didn't. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Is he going to be okay?" And I'm just like, sort of,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, let's talk about, is he going to be okay? You care about the characters in this.
You
You care
do.
about all of them, which I say all, and there's like 3.5, but
The half can be the planet.
true.
The half can be us.
But the fact that they put a rock spider with no face on screen for you to see, driven by puppeteers, 5 of them or something like that, and you end up caring for this rock spider like it's your dog.
Yep.
Like you become emotionally attached to the
It's John
the
Wick's dog,
success
man.
of this thing, and it attests to how good the book's original content is and how well it's adapted. Man.
They translate it very, very well.
It's so well done, and Rocky is by far one of the coolest characters I've seen on screen.
He is a great I would honestly say he is an A-level non-human science fiction character.
Oh yeah, I mean, so think about Tars, right, from
Sure.
Interstellar.
Tars is great.
Tars is great, and you love Tars.
Also, same writer.
Yep, and Rocky is somehow better than Tars. I love Tars, but Rocky, man,
Tars is awesome.
Tars is great. Rocky's so cool. Rocky's so lovable and likable.
I think it's because Tars is a robot, which makes Tars cool.
Yeah.
Because Rocky's not.
Rocky's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky is just if Rocky was a human, he'd just be a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Smart as hell.
super likable.
Also kind of dumb.
His story's sad too.
His story's very sad. So Rocky, when Grace is in space, they end up meeting an alien
Mhm.
who is at this planet. They're at Tau Ceti
Mhm.
trying to do the same thing because Tau Ceti is not infected with the astrophage. And so he gets sent there. We meet Rocky, and the courtship of Rocky, I think courtship's the right word.
Yeah.
Goes a lot faster, and it's because you have time constraints.
Yeah.
In the book, it's a long time.
It is
for them to get to that kind of stuff. Pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
how it goes out. But it's Rocky's story is sad because he's the only person left on a crew of 23.
Yeah.
Or
23. You're right.
Was it? Or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought in my head,
he's the 24th.
No, he's the 23rd. Yeah.
So, but I mean, they all died because Rocky's race discovered how to do interstellar space travel without knowing anything about relativity or radiation.
And they never had a reason to.
Nope,
Because of the way their planet
on
is.
their planet they don't have that because their planet is shielded from most solar radiation.
And it's because of their levels of pneumonia are so high there, and it
doesn't penetrate.
Yep, and it's amazing. And in the book, it's a big revelation. But even in this, Ryland Grace talks about it on screen, and it becomes a problem later on as well because of miscalculations on both of their parts, and something that Rocky would never even think of. Even though Rocky is extremely
master level engineer,
extremely smart, way smarter than Ryland Grace, I would argue. But it's just one
way
of those,
smarter about certain things.
True, yeah. They complement each other very well.
They do. They are a great tandem.
They are. They very much are. Great use of the word tandem, by the way.
Thank you.
But it's
what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Domineering force.
All right. But it just, the characters work so well together. Rocky is so likable immediately. And again, if he was a human and this was a different, he'd just be a good dude. he'd be one of the people you're rooting for,
Yep.
and you are in this.
You root for both of them because Grace's story is sad. Rocky's story is just as sad.
Yeah.
But like you learn about Rocky, you learn about the little rock monster that runs around, that he has a mate.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a lady friend,
Mhm.
and you know, Grace doesn't really have that.
Yeah.
But you know, so much so that they like Rocky's name isn't actually Rocky. Like there's no translated form.
Yeah, yeah.
But they come to that, and they end up naming the planet that Chris loved to look at, the green and blue planet. They named it Adrian for
Yep,
Rocky's.
yep.
And I think that's great,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
And
it's
they
cool.
watch Rocky
Yep,
together.
which I
on
thought
the-
was a good touch because
Yeah.
that isn't in the book.
that is not in the book.
Yeah.
None of that kind of stuff was in the book, but they use that. They use like they have like this. It's like a simulation room almost, or like
a
entertainment room.
360 simulation room where there's screens everywhere and
Yeah.
stuff, and it can be immersed. And stuff. It's probably for ours, like the pilots,
For the
the
crew.
astronauts' sanity
Yeah.
is what it's for.
So like, you know, Grace has Rocky in there like riding roller coasters. So
Yeah.
he takes him fishing.
Yep.
Super exciting.
Oh yeah.
Because like they have a thing about fishing,
Mm-hmm.
which is a very sciencey thing that they do with that. The real thing for this movie and the book especially is they use science in real world applications on the fly.
Oh yeah.
At a level that is very impressive.
And all of it feels believable. It feels plausible. It feels achievable, and it doesn't feel like this thing that's, even though like this level of science being used here is far over the heads of most people who are going to watch this, but it's like they do it in such a good way to help it make sense, which I think is really cool.
But I mean, so let's talk about some sciencey stuff that is over the head of most people, but when you see it in play, you understand. And let's talk about the fishing thing for a second.
Yeah.
So they have to get they have to get an air sample from this planet that they've named Adrian.
Yep.
They have to get a sample of it to see why the astrophage is going there and not reproducing and not killing this. And they make a big long spool after spool after spool of 3D printed chain.
Yep.
And they science the hell out of it
Yep.
to get it up and back.
Yeah.
And it sounds super complicated, but they basically, when you see it play out on screen, they drop something off the ship, they drag it through the atmosphere, and they pull it back
They're
up.
literally just skimming it.
Pretty much.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're using the pool cleaner on top because
they're space
that
skimming.
stupid bee died in there, and you gotta throw it out.
Yep.
And they could get super sciencey here, but they do a little bit, and then they show it how it plays out, and it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
It's
and
very cool.
Visually, it works, and this is something that they kind of adjusted from book to movie, but it works so well. It works well on screen.
Yes.
It's very visually you understand immediately when they start doing it. You could know zero science. You could be 8 years old and watching it go, oh okay, you know what I mean? It just makes sense to what they're doing. So I really appreciated that whole process and that whole scene. So
Phone's listening to you.
Ooh.
Other sciencey things too that most people wouldn't think twice about until you see it play out are the fact. So there's a disaster that happens before launch, which ends up being the reason Grace ends up on the flight team.
Yeah.
I won't spoil exactly what happens and how he ends up as the guy, but I'll tell you about the accident for a second. Is they are doing experiments on astrophage.
Yeah.
And astrophage is a highly, not volatile is not the right word, but it holds energy at an exponential rate, literally exponential rate. And they are the reason the thing blows up is because they are given the wrong amount.
Yeah, they're giving too much.
Yeah, they were supposed to get 1 nanogram of astrophage, and they were given 1 milligram,
which is
literally 10,000 times more than what you needed.
Yeah.
So when they conducted this experiment that should have put off some energy, it was 10,000 times more.
It blows up an entire facility, which was really done really well on screen too. I like the way they showed the explosion happening.
You see it in the background, and then a few seconds later, it hits you.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is always cool to see.
They did a cool job with that. Yeah.
Let's talk about sound in this movie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sound and music, because like the music's almost whimsical.
It is.
Like the entire time we're leading up to before, like in every flashback where we're on Earth and we're figuring things out, they're doing science and stuff. It's almost it's like it's this very like fun, whimsical, like beats and sounds and quick hits and such. And everything in space is this, especially when we're like, so like there's two versions of space. There's space station or sort of like ship work, and it's very like there's like they're very like in the business kind of deal. But then when they're in space, it's very big and it's very like just
Fast.
like long notes. Sound design in this is awesome. Everything sounds like if like I could be on a ship and hearing it, especially even like Rocky stuff because he has technology where he's basically just spider web spinning like xenonite or
Yep.
whatever it is, and it's like it looks so cool and it sounds good. Just really well done. I feel like I'm going to overpraise this film, and
That's okay.
I can't be sorry
That's
about
fine.
it.
Who
It's
cares?
just
Hey, it's our show, man.
it tickles
Talk
my
about it.
it tickles my brain in just all the right spaces.
Preach, brother. Preach.
It's good, man. Sound is amazing in this
So-
all the way through.
I want to talk about sound and the fact that Rocky's blind.
Yeah.
Rocky is blind. He doesn't have eyes.
He's in whale song for a reason.
Musical notes, whale song.
Yeah.
That's how he communicates. It's most like bats and dolphins, echolocation, that kind of stuff. We actually get to see sound.
Yeah.
We get to see what Rocky's perspective looks like when Grace is talking and stuff like that. Very cool when it happens.
Yep.
But it's not something that they ever talk about in the book, but I thought it was hilarious when he's doing his video logs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, who's Grace talking to? He's like, I'm not talking to anybody. He's like, then why? Because Rocky is all the way on the other side of the ship, and Rocky can just hear everything because he can see it happening, the vibrations and everything. He can see that.
Yeah. There's a joke where he whispers as quietly as he can, and Rocky's just talking to him like
he's right next to him. Yeah. Hilarious. Like they did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
So, and the other parts of it is like the sounds of the ship, like when they're in distress and things like that, like sound terrifying.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And and if you see it in a good enough theater, you feel the rocket burn and you feel the seat shake. I mean, I don't want to be the nerd here, but sound is very, very important here. To see this in as premium of an auditorium as you can, I'd recommend that.
Agreed, 100%. And I'm not usually that guy.
No, I'm hardly ever that guy, and this matters, dude.
Yeah,
this really truly
see
matters.
this in IMAX, my God, go see this in IMAX.
I can't wait to watch this 100 times in my house and shake the floor. I can't wait for that.
Hell yeah!
I can't wait.
Hell yeah! There's other things in this that I think are really good, just sound and music design wise. I can't remember what exactly what I was going to say, but I appreciate the fact that like they take the time to explore that and show that because it's very interesting when they do, and it gives you perspective of what of how Rocky's going through it all, and it makes you wonder like how does this work? Because there's times where like how do you do this without eyes? But like this creature, this other being, that's their entire existence is without eyes. So it's like, oh, okay, this is.
They don't think about it as a loss.
Yeah,
they don't need it.
No, it's just so cool to see it happen on screen. Sidebar for a second.
Okay.
Watching the movie in the theater, I was with my wife, and we got to the point where Rocky's ship shows up, and like again, the comedy in this they do such a good job because Ryland's kind of like. Ryland isn't very pleased to see this at first.
Nope.
And he begins to try to.
It's very scary.
He tries to sneak away, and it's really funny to see on screen the comedic, the absurdity of the comedy of Ryland drives away a little bit, and this giant ship just very smoothly matches.
Just mimics the exact motion.
A lot of the interactions are through mimicry too, because like the oscillation and stuff like that too. But
the rotation of the ship.
But at this point, I leaned over to my wife and I said, now the movie can begin, because like this is the story of this is the experience of Project America is when Rocky's part of it.
Rocky,
and it takes like 45 minutes, and I'm glad it takes the time because a lot of times it's like some movies do that to its detriment, where like they take too long to get to like the good stuff, or they take too long to get to like this point. I'm glad they took their time because without the setup we get, there could have been another hour of setup. Honestly, and it would have made sense for them to take that time, but for us to not even get Rocky until like almost a 50-minute mark, God, the payoff's so good. And I'm
How
so
about
glad
the one jump scare?
There is a jump
scare.
There's a jump scare. This movie does everything.
Look, I hate jump scares. God damn it, that was effective as hell.
It makes sense from Ryland's perspective though, because he's doing this is literally the unknown. Like this is the most terrifying and exciting thing for a scientist ever. First contact with another race, and God damn it, was that jump scare
It was
effective? You're
effective.
right, and it's like,
Thumbs up.
God,
Thumbs up.
yeah, thumbs up.
Thumbs
And
up.
when you
That's
see
what
it,
he
you'll
does.
get it.
Yeah, you
And
understand.
yeah, it's good. And I loved how they translated the Xenonite because I wasn't sure how it was going to look and how it was going to operate. And the fact that the solve was still left, instead righty loosey, lefty tighty. Like the fact that still the solve was like, oh, because like you for a really smart person, that seems like a really dumb way to fix it or to solve it. But it's like,
But it
as
works.
a smart person, you're like, this has to open this way, and like it's like, oh, maybe if I go the other way, it'll
Maybe
work.
it doesn't have to
Yeah,
do that.
it's like it's so good to see on screen, man.
Yep.
So good.
It really does just work
Yeah.
on all levels. And I think that's what makes it great.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can, I don't know if we're ready for final thoughts or anything yet, but probably getting to be about that time.
Yeah.
Just some small other things that it really is a good story that is a little bit of everything.
Mhm.
There really is good good science. There really is good action. There really is good comedy.
Mm.
There really is buddy comedy.
Yeah.
And there really truly is like love
Oh, yeah.
here too,
Yeah.
and friendship.
Yep.
And that's what makes this movie as
Yeah.
good as it is.
Their second hug that happens, Rocky leans in first with the hug, which I
Yes.
thought was, and it's
Something small.
it's a fraction of a second before, but like it's like to see that he understands what a hug is now.
Yes.
Like from their perspective, it's like, oh, okay,
That's
cool,
cool,
whatever.
man.
I didn't need to cry today, but thanks.
No,
You know what
but
I
I'm
mean?
going to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just there's so much good execution here, and I can't praise the movie enough for it. I'm very happy with what we got, and
Yes.
it's all the way through. It's just a good ride, and it's. I just needed this movie to be good as it is, and I can't be more genuine with my happiness
The
for it.
thing is too, and I will absolutely make the proclamation that this movie is better than good.
Oh yeah,
That this movie is great.
it is.
And whether it ever, like, if the thing is there may never be any kind of award stuff for this or anything like that, and that's okay. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
I hope it does.
yeah, 100%.
But if it doesn't, I don't care, because this movie is great.
Yeah.
And I would challenge anybody that sees it, find something wrong with it.
Yeah,
Find me a fatal flaw in this movie.
anyone that can rate this below like a 5 out of 10, I'd be surprised to hear your reasoning behind it. I mean, like if you say, "Oh, I don't like science movies," okay, fine. That like
You probably shouldn't be seeing this movie to start
yeah,
with.
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of those situations for that. There's such good journeys here for each character, and even the characters we don't get a lot of, like Carl too. Because
Carl.
in the end, Carl's got to do a hard thing.
Yep.
And
Carl
like
has to do a really hard thing.
like seeing that, I like that we got to see Strahd and just how she's torn, and you get to see it, and
It sucks.
yeah, I just so many things happen here. The movies there's a great ending to this film that I was so happy to get to see the visualization
Me
of.
too.
Just
I think they did a really good job too, because that is one thing that differs from the book a
it
little
does
bit.
because it's bigger, right?
And yeah, for the positive that it
yeah,
and
100%.
that's good.
I think something worth talking about for a minute before we go to like last thoughts
Sure.
is that you don't have to read the book to see this movie.
You do not.
You do not. This movie is, and like you said, because your wife hadn't read the book,
Nope.
and she had a great time with it. Someone who has read the book and loves the book and watched the movie, I felt like I was, as a book reader, I had knowledge that was cumbersome, but I really thought about like if I needed that to be able to enjoy the movie, and I didn't.
No.
Like there's gaps that I can fill. There's things I understand because of it, but like nothing that hurts you in the movie. So don't feel like you have to read the book before you can see this movie. It's quite the opposite, actually. You made a good point earlier before we started talking about like seeing seeing the movie or like reading the book and such. Whereas you don't get to. What was that you said?
So there are a lot of times where you're just like, oh, well, if you read the book, you should see the movie.
Yeah.
I would say now, once you see the movie, you should go read the book.
Yeah.
Especially if you like this movie. And I would bet that you do. Is where this movie is great, the book is better.
Yep.
And it's
not
I
in
know
a bad way either.
That's an old trope.
Yeah.
Saying that the book's always better. Well, you don't always get books visualized on screen in a way that's
True.
great, and
Yeah.
this one does a really good job,
Yeah.
man. And I'm very happy with that. And
Yeah.
I will happily tell people to see this. And this is a book that I have championed. It's not even an old book. It came out in 2011
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
2021.
Yep.
It's not super old. It's easy to get a hold of. I did the audiobook, and I think it's a great translation audiobook
Yeah.
because Rocky speaks in musical notes and whale song, and they interpret that into that
Yep.
audiobook, and it's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. And one of the hardest hitting points in the book, and I know we're talking about the movie, but like one of the hardest hitting points in the book, in the audiobook specifically, is something bad happens and Rocky is sad and you can hear it in the
The
musical.
tones.
Yeah, because he doesn't speak in that moment. He uses his language, his musical tones, and it just sounds so defeated
Depressing.
and sad. And it's like, oh, okay, screw you, book. So it pulls it off really well.
Yep.
And I will say this: if you weren't planning on seeing this movie, but you listened to us talk about it, I promise you, you'll like, as someone who read the book and had the whole movie spoiled for me because I read the book, it doesn't hurt at all
Doesn't
seeing the
matter.
movie. And like, I would ask you to really support this movie. Like, this is, I love big budget sci-fi stuff already, and this one deserves support, man. This is such a good thing to see in theaters for so many reasons. So like, go watch this if you have any inkling that you want to see this movie. This is one to go watch in theaters, and you're gonna get a good experience because of it too. Because it's
Okay.
just a huge movie on screen, man.
Is that your final thoughts, or you got anything else to add on there?
My final thoughts is I needed this movie to be good, and I'm so glad it passed every bar. I wasn't sure how they're gonna do a lot of stuff, man, and so much translates well on screen. Ryan Gosling is goddamn perfect as this character, and Rocky, man, they did Rocky right, and this movie rocks, dude. Go see it. Those are my final thoughts.
Yeah. So for me, it's very similar to that because again, I have been a champion of this book
Mhm.
for a long time. I am happy to tell anybody if they need something to read to check this out. I will be very happy, extraordinarily happy to tell people if you need a movie to check out that you should see this, whether you read the book or not.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter here. This movie is great. I won't say it's perfect,
Oh, it's not.
but
Yeah.
you will be hard pressed to find a movie that is more enjoyable than this on every level.
Yep.
On every level of science fiction, on every level of action, on every level of comedy. It's hard to pull off. Excuse me, and this movie does it.
There's good emotion in this
It
movie all
is.
the way
It's
through.
very
It
emotional,
runs the gambit.
and it'll make you cry. It'll catch you, man.
Yeah.
It'll get you. Like I cried reading the book.
Yeah.
I did a couple of times because when it happens, it's sad.
Mhm.
And it's about loss, and it's about forgiveness, and it's about hope.
Mhm.
And that's really hard to translate sometimes, and it still works.
Yeah. It's like a final note for me that I should have mentioned is that this really does give Ryan Gosling a great chance to show his range
Yes.
because he goes through a lot in this movie, and he hits a lot of different emotional journeys in this, and the dude can act and he can cry on command, and like he's a very good emotional actor, and it shows in this movie a lot. Shows a lot.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Good movie.
Thumbs up. Thumbs way up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All righty. So that's going to wrap it up for us here
Get us outta here.
on episode, what,
74?
74 of the Post Credits Podcast, the show where we are lucky enough to talk about movies. If you have listened to this episode on an audio-only service such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or Podbean, feel free to check us out on YouTube where you will see me and Chris. Turn us on while you're doing some work or whatever it is you do. Like and subscribe. It helps us out. Please comment, send us your thoughts. If you watch this movie, please let us know. I know personally I told a bunch of people that look for our recommendations and what we thought about it. So hopefully that you guys enjoy it, because I know we sure did. Last bit though, if we'll see us next week, we'll be talking about something
theatrical.
Not 100% sure what, but we'll sort that out.
Up in the air.
Yeah. that's going to do it for us.
All right. Hey, listen. One hell of a movie, man.
Great movie. Great movie. Check it out. Thumbs way up. Way up.